Hey guys, so doing a little update on the 12 valve rebuild series. I got some more of the stuff that we need to finish it, which is kind of cool. Just something to notice that we're just missing one of those. But anyways, so I got the Steed manifold for it, which I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this on here, but it's a T12 valve T3 angled, you know, nothing special other than a Steed manifold. And the turbocharger came in for it, so we're putting a K27 on it. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to leave the Steed on it or if it's going to get a different manifold, but it will be getting the K27 unless I may go one step bigger with the turbo, but we'll see. I'm not just 100% sure yet. But anyways, I wanted to just mock it up on here. Sweet Steed Speed sticker. I would like to give a shout out to Steed Speed. Awesome products, and the customer service is always awesome. You know, if you do ever have an issue, they're like right away, it's fixed. And they're somewhat local to us. They're next province over kind of idea. So I like to, you know, if I can help people that are in the community, I guess you would say, I'll, you know, deal with them obviously. But anyways, I'm gonna throw this thing on here. I just wanted to show you, I wanted to mock it up on there because I think it looks cool. I was actually talking to the guy that is doing the powder coating. He's going to be doing the powder coating. I actually was talking to him a couple weeks ago and I said to him, hey man, it's not a big deal. He's busy doing like his bread and butter stuff. And I said to him, hey man, I'm not in a huge rush for it. So kind of took the heat off him a little bit. And I think I'm just going to leave these valve covers on there, and obviously I'm going to leave them on there, but we're going to do a run-in break-in. So, and I think even until I get ready to put the engine in something, I'm going to leave these valve covers on it, just so that the valve covers don't get dinged up. But because I need to repaint the lines, I dinged the lines up a little bit when we were weighing it that day. So, you know, it's just one of those, I'd rather not have to screw around it a bunch of times, right? So until I go to put it in something, I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And then that way I don't have to fix a bunch of stuff, right? So now I'm not putting the gaskets or any of that stuff on here. Literally just going to put a couple bolts in this because I want to see what it looks like when it's all together. Whether or not you guys want to, I'd imagine some of you guys are going to think it's cool. Some might not. Up to you. Now, so that's the Steed on there. Super nice manifold. I really like them. They fit nice. Awesome design. Blah, blah, blah. You know, one of those things. Like I said, I just wanted to do an update on this. And we will open this box up. So I guess at any unboxing of a K27, for you guys that want to see one. This is something that I would really like to, I want to get the dyno. I want so that we can do a bunch of turbo testing and a bunch of injector testing and all that type of stuff. That's something that I would like to do, but I gotta, you know, gotta watch the P's and Q's like everybody else and make sure that I'm not getting in over my head, spending money. So the K27 does usually, well, everyone that I've ever got comes with gaskets for install. It does not come with a turbo drain gasket. It comes with a service or a owner's manual. I don't know, I've never actually read one. It's a cool looking picture. Oh, I guess a warranty card. Other than it's not in English. That's funny. Pull it right out of the box here. And there she is. This is going to be a really nice little turbo for this engine. It will work smashingly. Like I said, I'm not just 100% sure. We might upgrade to a little bit bigger turbo. We might upgrade to the S361 SXE with the 68 mil turbine, maybe. I'm not just 100% sure yet. We'll see what happens. Time will tell. One other thing with Steed manifolds too is they come with these really nice thick gaskets. I really like those. Let's just, I don't know if you guys have never seen one of these. They do have a forged milled wheel, the compressor flange. It is a gated housing. Really nice little turbo, especially for the price, the package size, all that. It's a really nice, what I would classify as a stock replacement. This is what I would use this for, as a stock replacement. Let's say 300, 350 horse down is, it, you know, like 350 horse, for me personally, I would say is the limit of where I would want to run this all the time, right? You know, if you're doing blasts up there, it doesn't, you know, different, but I know you can make more power than that on them, but I like to stay the conservative side because then you're not taxing the turbo all the time, myself personally. And let's see, guys at frame, little studs might, all right, say the studs might be a little bit on the long side, but one thing I do usually do is I don't usually use these 17 mil nuts. I get flange nuts with a 15 mil head on them. I don't know. I like the way they fit a little nicer than these do myself. But there again, to each his own. Now obviously this housing needs to be turned. It is not in the right spot. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to stack these washers. Actually, you know what? Doesn't matter. I'm not using them anyway. That nut on there. The other nut. So we don't lose it. The thing is that it must have dropped. There is, oh no, it's because they want you to put an EGT probe in. Never mind. I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a wrench and I'm going to turn this housing because it really, I don't like the way it looks. It doesn't make any difference. But being that the engine is a long ways from going in anything, it doesn't matter. But I want to turn it. So we're going to turn it. This is something that will be available on the website when I get it going one day, apparently. I'm going to have some power packages. That's there again, another reason I want to have the dyno is I want to be able to give you guys an idea of what, like if somebody says, hey, I want to make 350 horsepower, I want to show you guys, I want to have the dyno set up with, you know, VE truck, P-pump truck, VP44 truck, eventually going into common rail stuff. The common rail stuff's kind of, it's a little bit different because you're going to do a lot of programming stuff with that as far as that goes, but I just want to, I want to show you guys, so, you know, you say, hey, you know, I want my VE, my 1992 VE intercooled truck. 92 is obviously going to be intercooled, but, you know, I want to make 350 horsepower. I want to be able to have a power package for you guys. Say, you know, these injector, this size of injector, this turbo, this fuel pin, this. Here's the dyno proof. That's what I want to do for you guys. So it's, you know, I think it would be cool to be able to do that. Nobody really does that stuff. Is it going to be cheap for me? Absolutely not. It is not going to be cheap because, you know, you figure turbos and injectors. Yes, I do build injectors, but, you know, stuff ain't free, right? So just that's to give you guys an idea. And that's the reason that, you know, get all the merchandise set up and, you know, like that's literally, I'm going to take that money, anything that I make off of any of that stuff is going to go directly to back into the channel. Jesus, still tight. Is going to go back into the channel to do that type of stuff. That's what I want to do. So just so you guys understand the reasoning. There we go. So that's going to go down about like, obviously we'll have to trim this because it's going to be way too long, but that's about where it's going to go. Now when you're indexing this stuff, I don't know if I've ever showed that or not, but what you want to do is before you tighten everything down, I always give the turbine or the compressor wheel a spin. Make sure you kind of snug everything up. This one's just the way that these are designed. They're pretty good, but they don't usually move around too much. But kind of between every stage, I always just give the compressor wheel a bit of a fling with my fingers. And then you don't have to because if it jams up on you, you don't want to keep going. You want to stop. So I'm definitely going to have to take this turbo back off, I think. Unless I get this, actually, maybe I'll put this thing in the office. Get this thing all cleaned up and shined up and put it in the office, and it'd be nice, then valve covers and stuff on it, as I was just talking about not putting the valve covers on. But it'd be cool if I had it all capped off. I could sit in the office and be out of the way for now. I prefer to use a plug versus a rag, but a rag is better than nothing. Just want to make sure you don't get crap in the turbo, right, or in the feed and the outlet of the turbo. So, and obviously make sure you take the rags back out. But anyways, that's what she's going to look like. Give you a general idea. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to end up having for a turbo on it. But I think it's going to look pretty cool. Self, the Steed manifold on it, all shiny and cool looking. Get the obviously get the valve covers and then the intake horn and all that stuff on there. And then, you know, whizzy shiny parts. And this thing should rock. I think it'll be good for what it's going to do. I think it's going to be awesome. Anyways, that was just a little bit of a, I don't know, jazzing session, I guess. I don't know. All right, guys. Well, we got the manifold and the turbo just sitting on there. I'm going to get the, I haven't decided what, like I said, I haven't decided whether I'm going to use this or this. I probably will end up doing it just because I'd rather just not screw around. I'd rather have a good manifold. I like this turbo for this setup. It'll work. So I'm probably just going to get the turbo drain and the feed. We'll get that figured out. I'll show you guys what we do there. I probably might just use the factory setup just for simplicity's sake. And, you know, don't change it if you don't need to change it. And anyways, like, subscribe, hit me down in the comments, and we'll catch you on the next one.